Grab your Bible and a Diet Mountain Dew because it's time for the Brother Byron podcast. Listen in as Brother Byron brings you thought-provoking insights from his 30-plus years in the ministry. Now here's Brother Byron.
Hello, friends. It's Brother Byron with another Brother Byron podcast. Thank you for that good applause. It's been a couple of weeks or around 10 days, I believe, since our last podcast. It's good to be back. Had good church service yesterday. We had several folks out for one reason or the other, but we did have a couple of visitors, and so that was nice. They seem to be very nice people, and maybe they'll come back. I preached on understanding God's will. That's always been a subject that a lot of people want to know about, and I've had to try to help people with that many times over the last 30 years or so. But enjoyed the service. I woke up this morning and I always check my notices and messages and stuff because I like to leave my do not disturb on all night so I don't get disturbed. Now, if somebody is needing to get a hold of me, I allow the phone calls to come through, but as far as text and messages and stuff, I keep those blocked so that they don't bother me at night. So I get up in the morning and start looking at whatever came in, and I had a message there that I had a new comment on one of my sermon videos on YouTube, and that's always interesting to see what somebody has said. So I clicked on it. And let me share the screen with you. You can see what it was. Whoops, wrong screen. Let's try this one. All right, here we go. It was on this sermon that I preached a couple of months ago, back in June, I believe it was. But the synagogue of Satan. And so I go over here to this comment, and there it is right there. If you can read it, from some guy. What Are Friends For is his name that he's using there. His actual name, if you click on his little picture, is Sean Anderson. I don't know who this guy is. But he posts, seems like a well-meaning guy, but he really just rambles on saying nothing. I thought that was hilarious. I remember studying for this particular message. And I studied on that for days and hours. I spent a lot of time on that message and have a lot of stuff in there. It does have a lot in it. Whether I rambled or not, I don't know. But I believe he probably listened to maybe the first few minutes of the sermon. And I kind of said something about the people stumbling out of the beer joint down at the end of the road and trying to park in our parking lot and stuff. And that's probably what he heard and probably got offended by it. And probably the reason for this comment. My wife said, I don't know how you stand, putting stuff out so that people can comment on it. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. I mean, this is hilarious. I don't know what he was trying to prove here. He's obviously a miserable person. If you have to go around finding preaching videos to post something stupid like this on it, you must really be a miserable person. Seems like a well-meaning guy. Well, that's nice. Kind of, a double-edged sword here. Try to give you a compliment, and then he's going to rip it out from under you. But he really just rambles on, saying nothing. Oh, well, I just wanted to share that with you. Now, I did delete another comment that I got on my last podcast. My last podcast about the burgeoning something of bigism. I don't remember the full title. Let's see, what was it? The burgeoning blight of bigism. And I was talking about, people thinking everything has to be bigger, ministries and all that stuff. And I don't know. I don't remember who it was that commented on it. I deleted it. It was mean-spirited. It started out, I'm not trying to be mean. If a comment starts out like that, yes, they're trying to be mean. But he said something along the lines of, you have a Diet Mountain Dew in the background, and you're obviously very obese, and you claim to be a spokesperson for God, you're nothing, or something along those lines. So anyway, I deleted that one. That's just, that's ridiculous. Why you would, want to come out and give personal attacks on somebody that you don't even know. These folks are miserable. Most of them that comment like that. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you. There's good parts of doing stuff like this, and then there's bad parts like this right here, but you just got to pray for those folks because they need the Lord. I mean, would you as a Christian go to somebody's Facebook like that or their YouTube video and make some kind of rude comment like that? I mean, what Christian would do that? So they're obviously lost. They need the Lord in their life. If they're not lost, they're backslidden and need the Lord. So let me switch back to the other camera here. All right. So, I just want to share that with you. That's not what this whole podcast is about, actually. This podcast, it may seem mean-spirited for me. I've titled it Cracker Barrel Christians. Cracker Barrel Christians. So, unless you have been living under a rock, not Iraq or Iraq, but a rock, then you've heard about all the controversy surrounding Cracker Barrel. Now, if you're not from this area of the country, I mean, Cracker Barrel was created in Lebanon, Tennessee. So it's, it started here. I'd say most of the restaurants are in the South. They are known over the United States pretty well. I believe there's 660 Cracker Barrels right now, corporate Cracker Barrel restaurants out there. And I thought that was interesting. Six. All they need is 6 more. Or is it? No, they need 666. So anyway, there's 660 Cracker Barrels throughout the United States. Pretty popular place. They usually are right at interstate exits. And so if you're traveling, you see the big Cracker Barrel sign, you pull over and you eat at a Cracker Barrel. It's a sit down restaurant, and you sit at a table and you have a waitress that comes by, takes your order, and you get food. And they are supposed to be known for down home Southern cooking. That's what they're supposed to be known for. Now, maybe they used to be that. I don't know. I always get cracked up at people that say things like, well, I love me some Cracker Barrel. It's just like home cooking, or it's that good Southern cooking. They obviously have never had Southern home cooking, because Cracker Barrel absolutely tastes nothing like good home Southern cooking. This guy right here knows about Southern home cooking. My wife, my mother, my granny, I mean, they're cooks. You can tell by looking at me. Yes, I am so obese and I have a Diet Mountain Dew on my desk, but we know how to cook. All right. That stuff that Cracker Barrel sells is like opening up a can and putting it in a pot and heating it up. That's all there is. I remember getting chicken and dumplings from Cracker Barrel. People were going on and on about, these taste like homemade chicken and dumplings. So I thought, well, I'll try them. I got them. They were the worst thing you've ever ate in your life. I mean, they tasted nothing like chicken and dumplings. My mom and my granny knew how to make chicken and dumplings now. And so it cracks me up, these Cracker Barrel Christians out there that, think that the Cracker Barrel is down home Southern cooking. It's far from it, trust me. So the Cracker Barrel, the controversy going on, of course, their CEO, the president and CEO, the same person, this three name woman, Julie Fels Massino. Let me put a picture of her up here for you here. Let me switch this over here. Am I getting the right one? Okay, and click here. Here we go. There she is in all of her splendor. That's Julie Fels Massino. And she is the president and CEO of Cracker Barrel. And she was at Taco Bell. She ruined it as well. She did away with the what was it? The pizza, taco pizza, something like that. Everybody got mad about. anyway, she did all the damage she could do at Taco Bell, and then they hired her at Cracker Barrel. She's been to several places as the CEO, and she comes in and makes all these big changes. And so that's what she's been doing. It started out, they're remodeling all the restaurants. Cracker Barrel's known for having all these antiques hanging on the walls, and it's kind of, dark, and, they got the lights are kind of dim and everything. And so they're known for this. Well, they want to do away with all that. So take out all that stuff, make the walls white, and put up some of that cheap looking plastic, cookie cutter type home interior stuff hanging on the walls that look like they're supposed to be antiques, but they're not. And so I've seen a few pictures of these things out in different places online of the updated restaurants. And that got everybody, of course, riled up. But the big news came when they announced the changing of the logo. And there you have them right there on the screen. You've got the original logo. Well, actually, that's not even the original. I saw a post from someone that showed like 2 or 3 other versions before this. They all did contain the same Uncle Herschel in the barrel and such. It was just designed slightly different. But this is the one that everybody is familiar with. It's got Uncle Herschel. He's the owner's uncle, the original owner's uncle. Uncle Herschel, he's sitting in one of those ladder back wooden chairs. He's propped up on an old cracker barrel. These barrels was what crackers came in. And so he's leaning up against them. I can imagine him having, the lid on it with the checkerboard there, playing checkers with somebody on the front porch. And then the old sign there shaped like this, and old country store underneath. And that's what everybody's beloved Cracker Barrel, logo looks like. So they introduced this one down here at the bottom, this Cracker Barrel. Isn't that something? Wow. Yeah. So that is supposed to be the new logo. And I'll just tell you, if I've ate at Cracker Barrel in the past year, it might have been once, at the most twice. If somebody gives us a gift card, we'll go there sometimes, but we just really don't go there. First of all, like I said, the cooking tastes to me like it comes out of a can. The wait is usually too long, and the service is usually pretty poor. So we usually don't even go there. We don't go out to eat hardly at all. We might pick up fast food here and there, go to a Mexican place. But my wife cooks so good, I'd rather have home cooking any day than any of this stuff that's out there anywhere. Now, she gets tired of cooking at times. I understand that. And we'll go out and eat. We like to go to the Bel Air Grill out in Halls and have some good food there. But really going out, we don't. And Cracker Barrel, I could care less if there's a Cracker Barrel. I really could. But a lot of people just, they fawn over it and go on and about it. Well, when they announced this change in the logo, it didn't go over well. From customers, people that, go to the restaurant a lot, shareholders, investors, everybody went insane over the new logo. Because they're, this corporate branding thing, and they're calling it woke, they're woke. And I've even seen people saying that this lady here, Julie Feist-Massino, is a big advocate for the LGBTQ people. And so I'm sure that has a lot to go into it. What they're trying to do, really, they're trying to run off the core customers that they have now, because most of them are old. I'm old. Okay. Most of them are old. They're from here. They usually have, they're usually right-wing people. So I'm sure what they're trying to do is clear all that out and make room for a younger crowd, more, what do you call it? I can't think of the word right now. I'm trying to think of, not controversial, but I'll think of it here in a little while. But anyway, they're trying to make way for a younger crowd, I guess. And I was talking to my son about this the other day, and he said, nobody my age is going to stand in line for 30 minutes to eat at a place that serves the food like Cracker Barrel serves. So if that's what their mind is, thinking they're going to get a young crowd in by doing this, they're sadly mistaken. But what they've done, they've ran off their core customer, those that are expecting a certain thing from the Cracker Barrel. And, like I said, I could care less if Cracker Barrel's around. But here's the thing I'm trying to bring out on all this. This is going somewhere, okay? I'm not just rambling on. Maybe I am. Maybe that guy's right. He seems like he's, what was he said? I don't remember. He seems well-meaning guy, but he really just rambles on saying nothing. Welcome to my podcast. So as I scrolled through Facebook, and I've got 919 friends on Facebook, and I kept reading hundreds of these posts from all my friends, and they're saying things like, well, that's it for me and my family. We won't be going back to Cracker Barrel. That's it. We've banned Cracker Barrel. We'll never go back. And, what it was doing, and, if that's true, that's good. That's fine. I'm all for them. But it sounds an awful lot like 2016 when Target decided to put in that policy of allowing men who were pretending to be women go into the women's bathrooms, and women that were pretending to be men go into the men's bathrooms. So I remember when all that happened. Same thing like it's happened in Cracker Barrel. All these Cracker Barrel Christians got up, I've banned it. I'll never go back to Target. I'll never step in the door again. I was one of those. I said it. Here's the difference. I've not been back. In 9 years, I've not stepped in a Target. I've not darkened their door, and I still am not going to go in a Target store. And but many of those people on Facebook that claim they were going to boycott Target and never go back and blah, 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 they go there on a regular basis. Now they're making up excuses for it. Well, real Christians would go to a place like that. So if they come in contact with somebody that's an LGBTQ, they could witness to them. How many Christians are going around the Target witnessing to the LGBTQ crowd? Start counting them. If you're one of them, I want to know. Let me know. How many people have you witnessed to in a Target? How about this? 0. That's what's going on. So this Cracker Barrel Christian controversy that's going on, I need to rename it, right? Cracker Barrel Christian Cracker Barrel controversy. It reminds me of that Target controversy back there, 2016. Now, we have a Target 9 miles from where I'm sitting right now. In fact, the Cracker Barrel is 10 miles from right here where I'm sitting. We drive by that Cracker Barrel every Sunday and Wednesday. Twice. We go as we're going to church and as we're coming home. And it's always full. And I can guarantee you this, when we drive back home from church Wednesday night, it's going to be still just as crowded. And there's going to be people in there that said they were Christians and said that, that's it for me. I'm not going back to Cracker Barrel. And they'll be sitting in there eating at the Cracker Barrel. So nothing's going to change. And all these folks that cried like that over Target, it did not hurt Target one single bit. In fact, Target just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And it had no lasting impact, that so-called boycott on Target by Christians. They just dug in deeper. In fact, they started selling all this LGBTQ merchandise. You could see it on their website. You could see it in the news, pushing this stuff with all the rainbows and all this, trying to mix the boys and the girls together. Gender identity, there was no such thing, it's not a she or a he, but an it and a we and a they and all this stuff. And so they just got bigger. In fact, they started selling satanic merchandise. And right away, go to Google and type in, is Target selling satanic merchandise? And you're going to get a bunch of these articles saying, This is untrue. Target does not sell satanic merchandise. This was made up by a right-wing nut job. You're going to see that on Google. Go to the Target website, go up to the search box, type in Satan. Tell me they're not selling satanic merchandise. I just did it a while ago. So, yes, they could care less about Christians. They could care less about your faith. In fact, they just laugh at it. It doesn't bother them. All they care about is the bottom line. Now, if Christians truly stood up and did what they said and stuck to their guns, don't go to Target, don't go to Cracker Barrel, they would see an impact on their bottom line, and then we would maybe see some change. It's not going to change their ideology. It's not going to change this, what's her name, Julie Fice-Massino. She could care less about your Christian morals and values and faith. She don't care. All she cares about is making that money. And they said on the news that the stock in Cracker Barrel dropped $94 million in one day. Now, that was from a panic. The shareholders, the investors, and all this panic that ensued. And so that hit. Now, if that continues, then maybe a good thing will happen. But so far, it's not. So far, they've just stood up firm and they said, well, our values haven't changed at all. Maybe we could have said things a little better and maybe introduced the logo change a little better. But, you know, our customers love us and we love them and nothing's changed. We're still hold the same values and all this stuff. They're still standing up and saying that. They're lying right through their teeth. They could care less. Look, I'm not here to tell you where to shop or where to eat. I could care less where you shop or eat. Unless you're coming over to my house to eat, then I care. But this world is just getting worse and worse. It's not getting any better. It's just going to get worse. The Apostle Paul saw this coming around 2,000 years ago. Listen to what he wrote to his young son in the faith, Timothy. This was some of Paul's last writings before he would be put to death. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verses 1 through 5. Paul writes, "This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. From such turn away." And in a few verses down, in verse 13, same chapter, 2 Timothy 3, verse 13, "But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived." So look, the scripture has come to light. This prophecy is came to be. Paul saw it all the way back then, and boy, it's happening right now, big time. And it's getting to the point where you cannot go to a sit-down restaurant that doesn't serve alcohol. So and that's another thing. Cracker Barrel started this downhill slide 3 years ago when they decided to start selling alcohol in their restaurants. It was to make up for all the loss during the COVID-19 thing. You know, they lost so many customers due to COVID-19 that they had to try to make it up. So they said, let's sell alcohol. Let's get all the drunks in here and sell to them. And there's big money in alcohol. So that's what they did. Well, if you're staying out of Cracker Barrel because of this latest thing with their logo, why are you not staying out because they sell alcohol? Why are you not staying out of O'Charlie's or Texas Roadhouse or Longhorns? We all go to those places. They all sell alcohol as well. So where are we going to take a stand? It's getting to be where you can't go anywhere where there's not blatant evil and sinful things right there in front of you. So you can be a hermit. You could stay at the house and never go out again. But, you know, we have to live in this world. We're not of this world, but we're in this world. And we have to occupy until he comes, the Lord Jesus, until he comes and takes us out of here. So it's getting to where all the places you go shop, any department store, it's catering to the LGBTQ minority. And yes, they are the minority. They're just the loudmouthedest. Is that a way to say it? They are loudmouthed. The squeaky wheel gets the grease, they say. And so those LGBTQs are very squeaky, very loud, right in your face. And so to shut them up, they try to appease them. And we see what happens. They stomp on everybody else. They could care less about Christians because Christians going to back down. We ain't got a backbone. Our backs are made out of jello. We're not going to say anything when you do stuff against us. I don't know who that was. Anyway, sounded like one of those cartoon characters I used to watch. But do you really think that these CEOs care about you? That they care about your faith, your Christian morals and values? I keep seeing all these people make these big long posts, to the CEO of Cracker Barrel. And they start going about all these values and morals and Christian this and that and how it started and all this. This woman don't care about that. She's probably not even reading any of that stuff. She don't care. Even if she does read it, she don't care. It's not going to change. Not unless she gets saved. So, looking at the past behavior, I would say Cracker Barrel's still going to have overflowing parking lots and 30-minute waits, despite all these so-called boycotts that's going to go on and all these Cracker Barrel Christians with those spines of jello. They'll be back at the Cracker Barrel. You wait and see. I'll let you know Sunday when we drive by there. We'll just see how crowded it is. But that's what I want to talk about today. And boy, this has been a crazy podcast, hasn't it? And I'm going with my wife tomorrow. She's having a medical procedure. You pray for her, and hopefully that everything will go well there. And then church Wednesday, and it's coming up to Labor Day. Labor Day's coming up next Monday. Be all for that. I think we're having a family reunion up at my sister-in-law's house. All the family going to get together and have some good food, and it won't be from Cracker Barrel. And the weather's nice right now. Boy, it's in the I looked at the forecast just before this podcast, and it's going to be in the upper 70s all week, and at night in the 50s. It's so nice out there right now. I'd love to be out at the lake right now, sitting on the side of the lake with a fishing pole in my hand. Boy, it'd be nice, but I'm not. I'm right here, and I guess that's all I have for this podcast. So looking forward to the next time, and until then, this is Brother Byron, and I'm out.